Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So, in the last class, we were trying to prove a Leibniz theorem that we wanted to take nth derivative of product of two functions
Yes, sir.
u and v. Okay, u is function of x as well as v is function of x, and this is what the last expression we obtained, if you recall, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What was the equation number given to this? Did we give any equation number?
No, sir.
All right, no issues. So this is what the last equation we obtained.
Hello.
Hello. गुड मॉर्निंग अच्छा मॉन्टेक तुम मुझे थोड़ी देर बाद फोन करो 1 घंटे बाद so now in this case if we rearrange these whole things we come across three equations. One is KCR minus 1 plus KCR, that is equal to K plus 1 CR. Number 2, KCK is equal to K plus 1 CK plus 1 is equal to 1, and number 3 is 1 plus KC1 is equal to
1
1
plus
plus
k.
K is equal to
K plus 1.
C1. So these three we come across after rearranging, and wherever these things appear, we will put the right hand side according to what I have given over here. All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
let us prove this one. These two are self-evident. So I don't think I need to prove these two, but this one let me prove first. So as a matter of proof, this can be written as factorial k by factorial r minus 1 by factorial into factorial k minus
R plus
r
1.
plus 1 plus the second
ये बता क्या
term
इंटरव्यू करना है या नहीं करना है
can be written
अकाउंटेंट
as
पे है मेरा तो।
factorial k by factorial
मतलब
K
लेके
minus R.
हाँ मैं ले भी
k
चुका, कल
minus
कर
r
चुका।
factorial.
हाँ भाई
हाँ भाई, डेट
All right.
ऐसा है
Yes, sir.
क्या?
हाँ भाई, क्या हो रहा है?
कल पता है डेटोन भाई मेरा
Okay,
वो
so
ले
I
रहे
have written this.
इंटरव्यू।
आज एयरपोर्ट खरीद के लाया था और वो
T20
चल
Now
नहीं
भी
रहे,
लेना है
चार्ज
ना
what
पे
I
लगा
do,
रखे
हाँ
T20
कंटिन्यू।
I can write down it as factorial k by factorial r minus 1 factorial k minus r plus 1 plus factorial k by factorial k minus r factorial r minus 1. Can I write down it like this?
Yes, sir.
Then factorial k by factorial r minus 1 can be taken as common. So I will be left with 1 by factorial k minus r plus 1
Yes, sir.
plus 1 by r factorial k minus r. Can I write down? What I have done, I have taken this as common. This as common from this. So only these terms are left out over here. Then factorial k by factorial r minus 1. What can I write down? K minus r plus 1. If I take outside, then inside it will factorial k minus r. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Plus 1 by r factorial k minus r. Now next is that I can take factorial k minus r also common. So this will be factorial k by factorial r minus 1 factorial k minus r. Okay, this is common, and 1 by k minus r plus 1 plus 1 by r. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now factorial k by factorial r minus 1 factorial k minus r. This can be taken as LCM r k minus r plus 1. So this will be r plus k minus r plus 1. R and r will cancel out. So therefore I will be left with factorial k factorial into k plus 1 by factorial r minus 1 r factorial r minus 1 and k minus r plus 1 factorial k minus r. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then this will be factorial
K plus 1 factorial.
k plus 1. This will be factorial r. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And this can be written as
K
factorial
minus 1
r plus 1.
factorial.
K minus r plus 1. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I take alongside this. So this is what I will get. How can I write down this? It can also be written as
K plus 1 CR. CR.
CR. So we proved it, what we wanted to prove.
Yes, sir.
Alright. So this also we proved. So now using all these, what we are going to get? U into V, K plus 1th derivative. K plus 1 is K plus 1th derivative of this product, U and V. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is equal to then U K plus 1 V0, K plus 1th derivative of U and this function itself, V0, right? Plus K plus 1 C1 UK V1 plus K plus 1 C2 U K minus 1 V2. Is it okay?
Yes,
Plus
sir.
plus
Yes, sir.
K plus 1 CR U K minus R plus 1 VR plus K plus 1 CK plus 1 U0 VK plus 1. Okay. All right. This is one we have already seen. So I can write down this as simply U0 VK plus 1. So this is the K plus 1 derivative, and this theorem is applicable for K plus 1 derivative. Therefore, using concept of mathematical induction, this theorem should be valid for
UB.
nth derivative also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if this theorem is valid for K plus 1 derivative, hence this theorem should be valid for nth derivative also. Okay, so our Leibniz theorem is proved. Any confusion in this one?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
This is
No,
clear?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So each and every step has been clarified out here. So now you can also obtain this particular theorem by binomial expansion of u plus v to the power n. So if you take binomial expansion of this, what will be the first term? U to the power n and u to the power n,
V to the power 0.
v to the power 0, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In fact, the first term will be u to the power n itself.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and last term will be v to the power
N.
n,
N.
right?
Yes, sir.
In this whole equation, you have to replace this k plus 1 with n only. That's all. That
Yes,
way
sir.
you can obtain the Leibniz theorem. Okay, the form which we discussed or we wrote down in the last class. So this is what the first term will be. Now, if I do one thing, that if I replace this or take this superscript to the subscript of this one in both the cases and in all the cases, then isn't it your Leibniz theorem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you shall be able to obtain Leibniz theorem. So this way also you can obtain it. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now we have done the proof of this Leibniz theorem. We understood that what is Leibniz theorem. Now let us use this concept to solve some problems.
Yes, sir.
So यहाँ तक सबके समझ में आ गया?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now the next thing is that we are going to solve certain problems. So let us take one example. That we have been given a function y is equal to x square sin x. This is what our function is. We have to find out the nth derivative of it. That what will be the nth derivative. Okay? All right?
Yes, sir.
This is the problem. Now, here we can see, we can take this as product of two functions. Let us take one function as u sin x and another function b as x square. Any issue with that?
No, sir.
Then we know that nth derivative of this will be what? What is nth derivative of this? Yes.
Sin x plus
Sin x plus
n pi by 2.
okay, so n pi by 2 plus x. All right,
Yes, sir.
we have already seen this before. And what is b1
2x.
and what is b2
2, sir.
and what is b3
0.
0.
and bn,
N factorial.
that is also 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are differentiating further and further and all are 0. The first term is, this one is 0, so others are also 0. Okay, so this is what we obtain. So now the nth derivative according to the Leibniz theorem will be what? U into v, the nth derivative of this u and v. Okay, the first one. Next one is nc1 un minus 1 v1 plus nc2 un minus 2 v2 plus nc3 un minus 3 v3
V3.
and so forth. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now just see that what is n derivative of this one. Un is what? Sine
N
n
pi
pi by 2 plus
x.
x into v. V is how much?
X square.
X square, correct? Plus nc1 un minus 1 is
Sine n minus 1 pi by 2 plus x.
sin n minus 1 into pi by 2 plus
X.
x into
V1.
v1.
2x.
V1 is how much?
2x. 2x. 2x.
Plus nc2 sin n minus 2.
Two.
Sorry. N minus 2
2 pi
pi
by
by
2
2 plus
x.
into
2.
2. And rest are
0. 0.
I am getting echo. Please switch off your sound. So let me solve it. Will be x square sin n pi by 2 plus x plus what is nc1
N.
n. Very right. So n twice of n into x sin n minus 1 pi by 2 plus x plus next will be what is nc2
n into n minus 1 by 2.
n into
N minus 1.
n minus 1 into 2. So 2n into n minus 1
Sir, by
multiply by by 2, so 2 and 2 will cancel out. Okay, so I can write down n minus 1
Yes, sir.
sin n
N
minus
minus
2
2
into
pi by
pi
2
by 2 plus x.
x.
So this is what the n derivative of y will be. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Have you all written this?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let us take another example. That y is equal to e to the power x log x. What I will do, I take u as e to the power x and b is equal to log x. Okay? So what is un? N a derivative of u?
E
E
to the
raised to
power x.
power x.
E to the power x, correct? And what is n a derivative of this? We have already done this. N a derivative of log x. That will be minus 1 to the power
N minus 1.
n minus 1 factorial n minus 1 by x to the power
N.
n. Correct?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let us use Leibniz theorem. So yn is equal to, what should I write down? E to the power x un into v. V is how much?
Log x.
Log x
Log x.
plus nc1 un minus 1, that is
E to the power
e to
x.
the power x and into v1 V1 is how much?
1 by x.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
we can just see from here. Okay, then next is plus
Minus.
NC2 into
E to the power x.
minus 1 by x is e to the power x into 1 minus
X
minus
square.
1 by x square.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so on and so forth. So what will be my last term? E to the power x minus 1 to the power
N
minus
1, n
factorial
minus
n
1 to
minus
factorial
1.
x to the power n.
So this is what I will get. So I can take e to the power x as common. Then I can write down log x plus n by x, okay, minus n c2 x to the power minus 2, okay, and so on and so forth. So what will be the last term? Plus minus 1 to the power n minus 1 factorial
N minus
n
1.
minus 1 x to the power minus. So this is what the nth derivative of this y will be, which is defined by this particular formula e to the power x log x. So e to the power x log x, nth derivative of this product will be this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let us take one more example. Can I omit?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next example is that let us say that y is equal to e to the power m cos inverse x. Then we have to find out nth derivative of y at x equal to 0. This is our aim is. We have been given e to the power m cos inverse x. Then we have to find the derivative of y at x equal to 0. So now what I do, first I differentiate this one. Let me differentiate it. What I that y1 is equal to
E to the power n
m
cos
cos
inverse
inverse
x
x into
minus
m
1. Yes, sir.
minus 1 by
1 minus x square.
root over 1 minus x square. Root भी आएगा भाई. Okay, check out your calculations. So this will be minus m by root over 1 minus x square, and this is nothing but y again. So I can write down like this: y1, that is the derivative of y, is equal to minus m by root over 1 minus x square y into y. Okay?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now what I do, I take the square of this, and then I take the cross multiplication. So I can write down it as 1 minus x square into y1 square is equal to m square into y square. Can I write down?
Yes, sir.
All right, there is no problem in this. Now what I do, I differentiate this once again. So what this differentiation will give? 1 minus x square twice of y1, and then differentiation of y1, that is
y2. Y2.
y2, and then differentiation of this first function. So first function is 1 minus x square. So minus twice of x into y1 square. The second function will remain as such. Okay, while differentiating. Fine.
Yes, sir.
And the right hand side will be y's of m square y1. Differentiation of this, and then so 2y and differentiation of y dy dx. So
Yes, sir.
y1, right? Now 2 cancels and y1 also cancels out. So we get 1 minus x square into y2 minus x y1 is equal to m square. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, here I invoke Leibniz theorem. Okay, and I differentiate both the sides of this one, this equation. So this side will be 1 minus x square y n plus 2 plus nc1 minus twice of x yn plus 1 plus nc2 minus twice of yn minus, I take the differentiation of this one. So x yn plus 1 plus nc1 into 1 yn is equal to m square. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Once we have,
Please explain it once again.
huh?
Sir, please explain once again.
Okay. This is what the last expression we got.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
now I am invoking here Leibniz theorem. Means I am differentiating both the sides. Okay, using this Leibniz theorem. The right hand side is simply any derivative of this.
Yes, sir.
And the
Yes.
this one will be, recall, unv. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
this is
Understood.
one and this is another. Okay. So from that, actually one can find out. So
Yes,
un
sir.
is this one, unv is this one. Already second derivative is there, and then we are differentiating up to n. So that will be n plus 2. The derivative will be n plus 2, n plus
Yes,
2th
sir.
derivative. Okay. So from that, I hope now it
Yes,
is
sir.
clear.
Yes, sir.
So now once we have got this, let us simplify it. So all the terms related to n plus 2, yn plus 2, we keep at one place. Those with plus 1, yn plus 1, we keep at another place. And then finally minus n square, okay, and y is equal to 0. What I have done, I have segregated them into these three. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So now we wanted to find out any derivative at x equal to 0. That is what our problem is. Okay. So let us put x equal to 0. So what it will be? Then what will be the n plus 2 derivative of y at x equal to 0? Put x equal to 0 over here. Okay, I think x should also come here. I forgot to write. So this one will become 0. This is 0. So yn plus 2 at x equal to 0 is equal to is equal to n square
plus m
plus
square
m
M square
square
y2.
y and x equal to 0. ठीक है?
yes sir
Okay. Now at x equal to 0, what is the value of y? What is value of y? E to the power m
Cos inverse x.
cos inverse 0. Because
Pi
x
by
is
2.
equal to 0.
Yes.
Pi by 2.
Pi by 2.
Correct? Cos inverse 0 is pi by 2. So this is what we got. And if I want to find out the value of first derivative at x equal to 0, what it will be? It will be m e to the power m pi by 2. Is it clear?
yes sir
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes
All right. This I have brought just now. We took first derivative of y, where we got minus m by root over 1 minus x square y. Y is at x equal to 0. Denominator is root over 1 minus x square. So 1. So minus m e to the power m pi by 2. Because this is y is at x equal to 0 is e to the power m pi by 2. So from there we have obtained it. Now let us do it for different values of n. So now let us take first n is equal to 0. What will we get? Y2 at x equal to 0 will be 0 square plus m square into y0 at x equal to 0. So this will be n square e to the power m pi by 2. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
yes sir
Y then n is equal to 1. Let us put. What will we get? We will get y3 at x equal to 0. What will be y3 at x equal to 0? 1 square plus m square into y1 at x equal to 0. And so from this we can find out that y3 at x equal to 0 is 1 square plus m square, and what it was? Minus m
e power m pi by 2.
e to the power m pi by 2. So this is what y3 will be. Similarly, if I put n is equal to 2, what will be the fourth derivative at x equal to 0? Please tell me. 2 square
plus
n equal to over here. 2 square plus m square y2 0. And what is y2 at 0? We have already found out.
m square e power m pi by 2.
So m square 2 square plus m square e to the power m pi by 2. The fourth derivative at x equal to 0. So similarly, we can find out n is equal to 3. We can find out y5 also. Let us find out what will be y5. Tell me. 3 square
Plus m square
plus m square
y3 of 0.
y3 at x equal to 0. And what is y3 at x equal to 0? What is y3 at x equal to 0?
M
We have already found or
1 square
this
plus m
I can
square
write down
y1
this.
0.
Okay. So m minus m 1 square plus m square into 3 square plus m square Okay,
Yes, sir.
e to the power
pi by 2.
m pi by 2. So in general, if we continue like this, n equal to 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, if we continue to do so, we will find out that in general, you will get two expressions, one for even and another for odd. So for even, what will we get? M square into 2 square plus m square into 4 square plus m square. So if we continue it, it means 2n minus 2 whole square plus m square into e to the power. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
fine. So this is one expression we'll get. So if n is equal to 1, y2, n equal to 2, y4, y6, y8. So all these numbers are even. Okay, so even derivatives of this one. And then odd derivatives, y 2n plus 1 at x equal to 0. So n is equal to 1 means y3, y5, like that we will obtain. So this will be minus m into 1 square plus m square into 3 square plus m square and so on. So all in all, I can write down it as 2n minus 1 whole square plus n square into e to the power n. So here it is for odd and this is for even derivatives. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? If you can any step,
Sir, fifth derivative.
नहीं आया समझ में?
No, sir.
ओके, एक बार मुझे फिर याद करना पड़ेगा कहाँ हमने लिखा था. Freely पूछो. Anything you want to ask, please ask freely. हमारे पास क्या था? yn plus 2 at x equal to 0 equal to n square plus m square yn at x equal to 0. यही था ना एक्सप्रेशन फाइनल?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now n is equal to 3 रखते हैं. y5 का पूछ रही हो ना तुम?
Yes, sir.
तो चलो पहले n equal to 1 रखते हैं. यहीं से स्टार्ट करते हैं. Let us put n is equal to 1. So what we will get? n यहाँ पर n की जगह पर 1 रखेंगे तो क्या होगा? बोलो क्या होगा? नहीं होगा ना, पहले तो y3 होगा ना ये.
Yes, sir.
That is equal to n की जगह पर 1 रखेंगे तो 1 plus m
M
square
square.
into y1. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
All right. y1 की वैल्यू क्या निकाली थी हमने x equal to 0 पर? minus m e to the power n pi by 2. ठीक है? क्योंकि हमारे पास y1 क्या था? y1 at any value of x. What? Minus m by root over 1 minus x.
Minus m by root over 1 minus x square y.
ठीक है? तो x equal to 0 यहाँ पुट करते हैं हम. So what I will get? Minus n e to the power m pi by 2. यही आएगा ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I can write down y3 at x equal to 0 is minus m 1 square plus n square e to the power m by 2. इसकी जगह पर हमने ये पुट कर दिया. क्या प्रॉब्लम? कर तो सकते हैं, right? All right.
Yes.
So now we have to put n is equal to 3. So this will be 5, fifth derivative, okay, and this will be on this side, it will be third derivative. यहाँ तक कोई प्रॉब्लम है?
No, sir.
No problem. Okay. So now the fifth derivative will become at x equal to 0 will become 1 square plus m square into minus m. इसकी जगह पर हम ये रख देंगे. Oh, sorry. This will also change to 3. So this will be 3 square. 3 square plus m square, right? So minus m into 1 square plus m square into e to the power m pi by 2. What is this? This whole is y3 at x equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now that is what I have written. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes. So we have seen successive differentiations of given function, that how to do it, and also we have seen that Leibniz theorem. If you have two functions, their product, if we take, and the any derivative of those products is given by this Leibniz theorem. The proof also we carried out. So now we have seen these things. Now I am going to talk about something else. Okay, I say I have one function, y is equal to 1 plus x. What kind of function is it?
Linear function.
Correct, linear function. It is a linear function. I can also call it function of or polynomial of
1 degree.
degree 1. Correct. 1 degree. What is degree?
Highest
The
power. of
highest
variable.
power
Highest power.
in the expression. Okay. So you are aware with these polynomials. Fine. So all right. So this is a linear function. Now, what I do? Let us say this is 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, so on. Now, what will be the value of y at x equal to this axis is y, and this axis is x. So, what will be the value of y at x equal to 0?
1.
1, sir.
1.
1.
Sure.
Straightforward. What will be the value of y at x equal to minus 1?
0.
0.
0. I am marking. What will be the value of y at x equal to 1?
2.
Upward. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. Similarly, you have minus 1, minus 2, right? So this is a
Straight.
straight line. Okay, my line may not look like a straight, but it is straight line.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I ask you that you find out value of y at x equal to 1.5, what will be the value?
2.5.
2.8,
2.8 किसने
2.5.
2.5 होगा.
2.5. Simply
Yes,
you
sir.
have to put x equal to 1.5 here and you can find out this value. So in between, suppose I am having data points from -3 to +3. I can find out any value in between.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, any value in between. And also, suppose these plots extend beyond ±3, beyond this range. They follow the same nature. Then beyond these point of the points,
Yes, sir.
no issues. I can do it very well. Fine. So I can do it. All right. Now what I do, that I take, let us take another plot. Y is equal to cos x. Is it a linear function?
No, sir.
It is a non-linear function.
Yes,
Isn't
sir.
it?
Yes, sir.
It is non-linear function. All right. Now I ask you that you find out value of cos x at any given value of x. Can you do it?
What's it?
I ask you that you find out value of cos x at any given value of x. Can you find out?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
You cannot find out. Okay? Certainly not with this information you can find out. Now, what I do, that okay, I know a value. That value is at x equal to 0. The value of this cos at x equal to 0, I know. I have been given. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now from this one value, I ask you that okay, find out the values away from x equal to 0 of this cos x. You have this cos x, you have to find out the value. I know only this value of x equal to 0 at this one, near this one. So only this value, I don't know any other information I don't have. Okay, at present. I ask you, fine. Okay, you find out the value away from x, from x equal to 0 of this cos x. Fine. This is what my problem is. Now, certainly I cannot do it like this. I cannot do it like this. I don't know. What if I ask you, okay, it is like linear function. And what is a linear function? Linear function is y equal to mx plus c.
Yes, sir. Straight,
It's like a straight line. Okay.
straight line equation.
M is slope and c is
Y-intercept.
Intercept.
okay. Slope and And we knew the slope, knew the intercept. What was the slope at that point of time? 45 degrees.
1.
1.
N equal to 1, right? So 45 in that case. What was C? It was also
Also 1.
okay. The example. But now I want to fit this one, but only thing is that I know only about x equal to 0. That what is the value of cos at x equal to 0. Only this thing I have. I don't have any other information at present. What I do, as I told you, I will try to use this linear plot to find out the value, other values of
Cos x.
cos x. Let us plot it. What will be the plot? And plot will look like this. This will be 1.
It's a half of cos.
Okay. This is cos x actually. Okay, understood. So this is what I am doing. So now what I do? Okay, I have matched this value at x equal to 0. What? Fine. I know only this value at present. What if I know its slope also? So let's see. What will be the slope of this one? So y at x equal to 0 is
1.
1.
1. Yes, sir.
And the derivative of this one is means y prime a minus sine 0.
Yes, sir.
So that is equal to
0.
0.
0.
Okay, so first I find out C. What will be C? Cos 0 is equal to m into 0 plus C. Right? So from this I can find out C is equal to 1 at x equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
This much is clear to me. Secondly, if I take the derivative, then I find out that this is coming out to be 0. So at x equal to 0, what is my equation? It is simply 1.
Yes, sir.
Now it means the plot like this, a constant. Constant का plot कैसा होता है? It looks like this. A
Yes, sir.
horizontal line.
Yes.
And whose value is 1. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
समझ में आ रहा है? I have done.
आ रहा है
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
आ रहा है.
Clear? All right. अब देखो कि जो x के आसपास very close to x is the error between actual value and the value, this fitted value, I would say this one. What is the difference? Quite small, isn't it? It is quite small.
Yes, sir.
But if we go away from this one, x equal to 0, for larger value of x, is it really small? Is it really small?
No, sir.
No, sir.
It is. So is it a good approximation to this
No.
particular function? Obviously.
No, sir.
Okay, obviously, x is very small. It is close to 1.
Yes,
The
sir.
value of cos x is close to 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is okay. For very small values of x, yes, we can find out for very small values. But as x deviates away and away from x equal to 0, we shall not be able to find out the value of cos x properly. That is, there will be large error, in other words, in the fitted value and the actual value. So this linear approximation does not seem to work. Now what I do? Now what I do is that I take a quadratic equation. So what is the quadratic equation? A plus bx plus cx.
Yes, sir.
This is polynomial of degree
2.
Say 2.
correct.
Say 2.
Now let us see what happens. I have already told you, I know the value of y at x equal to 0. That's all. So now in the first case, what I wanted, that the graph should be something like this. It should pass through like this, like
Yes,
this.
sir.
Okay, the fitting graph. But it is not passing like that. What was my expectation? My expectation is that the value of y should be same, okay, as the cos x, and also slope should be same. So same value, same slope. Okay, in this case, we expected it to be same value and same slope. We didn't find out same slope. At this particular point, yes, we do. We did. Okay, so same value, same slope. At this point, yes, this one could be one slope. But now I want the shape to be like this as we go away from x, as we go away from the value of x. So now I add one more thing over here, that at this point we should have same value, same slope, and same concavity.
What's that?
Same concavity, concave shape. Okay,
Okay.
same kind of
You said.
shape should be. So now let us see that at y at 0 we get a, and a is equal to then 1.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Then y prime at x equal to 0, what we will get?
0.
This will be 0 plus b plus twice of cx. X
Yes,
is
sir.
0, so this will be 0.
0. Yes.
So it means that b is y prime is 0. Okay, so this is what we will get. So y prime is 0. The first derivative is 0 here. What about the second derivative? Let us see. Second derivative is y double prime at x equal to 0. This is 0 plus, obviously this is 0 plus
0.
0.
2c.
How? Acha. Okay.
Sir, y prime is equal to b na? Y prime 0 is equal to b na?
No, y prime is equal to
Yes.
b is that. Yes, that is equal to. Means b is 0. That is what. Okay, ये तो हम पहले भी देख चुके हैं फर्स्ट वाले केस में. So y double prime 0 is this one, and y double prime 0 is what? Minus cos 0. Okay, so minus cos 0 is equal to twice of c. Minus cos 0 is minus 1. All right, so it means c is equal to minus 1 by 2. So now with this amendment, what I find out, that now my graph, so my equation becomes y is equal to 1 minus a is 1 na?
Yes,
So
sir.
there
Yes,
minus 1 is
yes,
equal to
sir.
2c. I didn't understand.
Okay. Y is equal to cos x. The first derivative is minus sin x. The second derivative is minus cos x.
Minus cos x.
Do you
Yes.
understand this? And x is equal to 0, so this is minus 1.
Minus 1.
Correct? So minus 1 is equal to 2c means c is equal to minus 1 by 2.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now the equation will be 1 minus x square by 2. More precisely, 1 into 2. Because first time when we differentiated, we got 2. The second time we differentiated, 2 into 1. Right? So 1 into 2. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now we plot it. How do we get the plot?
So voice is not coming.
My voice is not coming.
Yes, sir. It's coming now.
सर आप कभी कुछ बोल नहीं रहे थे.
It's not speaking anything. All right. So this is what the shape of this one look like. Fine. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now what we observe, that initially we could find out with the first linear approximation, we could find out values only very close to x equal to 0. But now we can bit move away from that and we can find out the accurate values of cos x. Okay, accurate values of value of cos x at x which are little bit away from the
0.
x equal to 0. All right, so now you can see up to this point, they match. Okay, my plot may not look like very good, but this is how, I mean, you can plot it and you can find out. So this is what we will get. So now at least I can go up to this one, but beyond that, is it good approximation?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Beyond that, it's not good approximation. Okay, so what we need to do? we will go to higher order approximations.
Third degree.
higher order approximation. यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
इंटरेस्टिंग चीज यहाँ पर एक चीज बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है इसका, and that interesting thing is that we know the value of y at only one point.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
and important thing is that from that only value of y at only one point we know, and from that only we are able to find out value of y at x which are bit far away from x equal to 0. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now we will improve it in tomorrow's class. Right? So tomorrow, once again, are you free at 12:30?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I will keep class
Yes,
at
sir.
12:30 only, so that in the second half you all can remain free.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I hope you understood whatever I taught today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and then we will see very interesting thing in this one tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.